All right. I believe we have a few short minutes left. I think we can ask one more question. You may or may not be able to. We will begin with Anderson, seeing that you have to leave promptly.
There's a judge waiting for me in Waukegan. Just not for me specifically.
So, what is your plan of action if the students are not performing well academically and or dropping out? How will you follow up? What will you do to raise the graduation rate?
We have been working on this now for the past couple of years. We probably should have been working on it a few years ahead of us. But we have a program in place now with academic advisors, with early warning systems, all the types of things that need to be done to make sure and ensure student completion. This is basically in community colleges the number one issue. This is an issue that has haunted us, but community colleges are very unique. Many years ago I sat on a commission with several state legislators, and I once listened to a state legislator talk about completion rates at community college. And she was very nice, but she had no idea what she was talking about. So when she finished, I raised my hand. I said, I'm a community college failure. And everyone in the room kind of gasped, and I said, yes, I went to my community college. I earned 57 hours of work, and instead of getting a degree, I decided to transfer at that point in time and go to Northeastern Illinois University, where I got my Bachelor of Arts in Economics. But I'm a community college failure because I never, ever got a degree from the College of Lake County. And these legislators thanked me for bringing a personal story to this issue, because there's a lot of people that want to say we have failures when we really don't. I went on and got a Juris Doctorate degree, and I didn't have an AA degree. So does that really mean I'm a failure? But people were using those kind of statistics, and fortunately, community colleges have changed the way people are looking at this. And so the issue is not as bad as it once was, but we have to do better. And I think we're getting a handle on it here at the College of Lake County, and I'm proud of our efforts, and I know we're going to tweak it and adjust it as needed.
Thank you very much. Now a response from Phil Durant.
Very good. I think I'm a community college success story. My master's degree is in education with a specialty in curriculum and instruction. And so I know the latest and the greatest pedagogies that we need to be using in education. My corporation, Student Advocacy Specialist, is also one that's focused on helping children, helping students succeed. So what I would look to do is, first of all, we have to set a very high standard here at CLC for all of our students. We want to be known throughout the state of Illinois, and even in Wisconsin, as being an institution that graduates very, very highly skilled, highly qualified students. We have to have that reputation in order to be successful. So how do we do that? Well, I'll tell you what. When I was at the Belleville Area College, I earned straight A's, except for one B. And do you know which class I'm most proud of? It was that one class that I earned a B in. And when I went to that instructor, and she said, Phil Durant, you're the president of the Honor Society here. You're such a success story. And I looked her straight in the face. I said, I am. But do you realize the class that I enjoyed the most was the class that you taught? She said, I'm so glad to hear that. I said, do you realize this is the only B that I got in the community college was from you? She said, why? I said, because that's the class that I had to work the hardest in. And that was the class that set the standard for me. So I knew every other class from that point on, I had to work twice as hard. I had to guarantee my success in getting that A. And when I went to U of I was competing against students from all the best high schools here in Lake County and throughout the state. And I was successful with them. So what do? Talk about curriculum and instruction, talk about pedagogies, right? We need to implement things like differentiated instruction. This is an evidence-based intervention that we know works. So when an instructor's up there talking to the students, we need to make sure they understand you need to use this practice. You need to use differentiated instruction to reach all of your students coming from a variety of backgrounds, SES, and educational backgrounds as well, to reach all of them. We talk about things like multimodalities, multiple intelligences. I know this. And as a trustee with the CLC, I would be talking with my administration, and I'd be talking with my staff to make sure they were implementing and using evidence-based interventions that we know help students succeed.
Thank you very much for your response. Moving forward, can I hear a response from William Griffin?
Sure. Well, Sarah, here's what we're doing. The number one goal of the president and the board right now is to advance student learning. To follow up a little bit with what Trustee Anderson was saying, it's all under the umbrella of student success. We have put resources in that area, which is both money and people in that area. There are three parts of the advancing of student success. One is the retention of students, first-year students in particular. We are working on that. Increased graduation rates. And when you look at graduation rates, we're looking at both transfer and degree and certificate completions, about 42%. It needs to be higher. We're working on that. And the third part of our number one goal, we look on our goals and objectives moving forward, is to increase the success of male African-American and Latino students. So we are focused in on that. We're not there yet, but we're certainly focused on it.
Thank you very much. Could I please hear a response from Amanda Howland?
To build on the things that Trustee Griffin just stated, we have implemented this year a whole department devoted to student success with counselors and mentoring, a system that has started now so that teachers can identify students who might be struggling very early and get them help up front. That came about because of some of the conferences and seminars that we have attended. We've learned what other schools have done that's worked, brought back that information, given it to Dr. Haney and to Dr. Weber, and said, hey, these programs work. Let's use them here to help our students succeed. And so we're phasing in, we allocated dollars actually specifically for Student Success Initiative. Another thing that we do is when we go and we lobby with our legislators, both in the state and in the federal legislators, we try to make them understand that a community college is not a four-year school that you measure success, which has been spoken about already. You don't measure success by obtaining a degree.
Thank you very much for your response. I apologize to interrupt. Could I hear a last response from Timothy Powell?
Without being redundant on everything that's said, this issue has to be watched by the professor or instructor. And if a red flag pops up on some students, there has to be a pathway where the student is mentored. A teaching assistant would step in and to take of his time or to help the individual get back on course. Or if there's other procedures that are in place now or that can be developed to try to get the student on the same mindset that he has or she has to graduate. And that's very important at this university and college. Again, I agree with a lot of that's been expressed here, so thank you.
Thank you.